Hi, I'm Elizabeth Fergus-Jean. Hi. And I'd like to walk you through my exhibit, Memory Boats, Dreams, and Reflections, held at Cooker Tree Art Center in northern Michigan. It's August 2011. The show's been up for 3 months, and it's been wonderful having this exhibit here. This exhibit was actually born out of my love of northern Michigan. I'm the 4th generation to have been blessed to call this my summer home, really my soul home, and now my permanent home. As you can imagine, I have spent countless hours playing in the water, walking in the woods, walking along the shoreline, being filled with the wonder and awe of it all. As years have passed, I've noticed, as has everyone else who certainly lives up here, the shoreline's receding, invasive plants moving in, and the quality of the plant life, water life, animal life being severely impacted by invasive plants, species, and other environmental pollutants. As members of this beautiful world, our actions matter. What we do, how we act, impacts ourselves, our communities, and future generations of all species. For we all share in this experience of life on Earth with all beings. As we are fed by the harvest, we must in turn tend and nurture others so that they and ourselves can prosper and grow. The artwork for this installation consists of floating boats. These boats evoke reflections of how we view and dream of the land, water, and sky that surround us. The boats are done seasonally. These boats reflect the winter season. We have the pine cones off of hemlock trees, snow flurries, the bounty of golden rain, winter fallow, milkweed, winter pods, fall boats made of leaves, such as oak hydrangea, which has the bounty of the dried oak hydrangea leaves. These smaller boats are made of air-dried clay, then painted in oil. They then are filled with the bounties of the earth. This is a fall boat, painted in oils, layer upon layer, and is filled with the oak leaves. This boat is actually made from Japanese maple leaves and filled with them as well. As the small boats reflect the changing seasons, they are filled with the natural elements. For example, spring is a time of planting and seeding. Therefore, the spring boats are made like pod-like forms and carry the bounties of the earth. There are two larger boats, minnowing, which is a 12-foot boat, oil on canvas, that is an imaginal piece that captures the simple joy of seeing the shadows of swimming fish. Underneath minnowing is the metaphoric cultural shadow of the invasives, quagga and zebra mussels. This shows the environmental pollutants and the impact they have on the quality of our life, on the quality of the other animals and other plant species. There is an additional big boat. That would be ownership, 20 feet long. There it is. Ownership actually looks at the concept of owning the land and at what expense. The boat has a quote that's attributed to Chief Seattle that I've paraphrased. How can you buy or sell the sky? And then I've placed endangered species, spotted owl. The idea is strange. This quote wraps around in ribbons of words around this boat with these endangered species and also with animal spirits painted onto the boat. These are spirits of animals that actually have become extinct due to the loss of their natural habitat. Beneath ownership is its metaphoric shadow. There's brown, rich earth that has barbed wire coiling through it. And caught in the barbed wire are tufts of animal fur, and they're remnants of bones. These are the animals that have been killed, maimed, harmed due to humankind belief that they own or possess the land. As Chief Seattle said, every part of this earth is sacred. So that's a large part of the intention of this exhibit, to honor the land, to honor the sky, to honor the water, and how beautiful, how blessed we all are to be surrounded and living in this glorious place. But what is our responsibility? Although we are awed by the beauty of the lakes and streams, by the open fields, by the lush, dense woods, we must also ask ourselves, what is our responsibility to tending to these natural neighbors of ours? In what ways do we need to become more mindful as we live in consort with our natural neighbors? And if we don't, what are we at risk of losing? Part of this installation is the interplay of the shadows on the walls. These shadows, like our memories, are fleeting, they're ephemeral, and they fade with time. What will happen to our culture if we are not more mindful? Will we end up like these husks of boats that have been abandoned on the shoreline? So I hope that visitors who see this exhibit and this work as it travels around the country will open their hearts to their own experiences that they've had, that they'll rekindle their imaginations of what it's like to run through the woods in your bare feet, to hear the sounds of the squirrels and chipmunks and blackbirds and blue jays. And think about, what's your responsibility? Are you a good neighbor? Memory Boats, Dreams and Reflections. I hope you get a chance to see it sometime in person.